Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Can I start by offering you my condolences on this National Day of Remembrance? We have, I think, a very special duty that for all those who lost their lives, for all those who have suffered, for all those who have lost members of their family and their friends, for all those who still do not have their freedom, who are held in IDP camps or resettlement camps, for all of those, we have a duty to ensure that this issue of self-determination for the Tamil people and the island of Sri Lanka remains high on the political agenda, cannot be ignored and must be addressed. If we are to honour the memory of those who gave so much, to remember what happened during that armed conflict, to remember the many thousands of people who have had to leave Sri Lanka and leave their homeland and live as refugees, then together with politicians around the world, with decision makers around the world, we must work to ensure that that struggle is not forgotten, that that demand for justice is heard, and that we work tirelessly until that issue is addressed. It is the right of the Tamil people to self-determination. It is the right of the Tamil people to have their human rights protected and their humanitarian needs met. And it is our job, together, whether or not we are members of the Tamil community, to address that matter. Human rights is a priority for all, not just for those whose human rights are under threat. As you know, at the moment I'm working with the Global Tamil Forum, and our focus is to ensure that we achieve an independent international inquiry into war crimes in Sri Lanka. This is very important. If a democratically elected government is involved in war crimes, then we have to expose that kind of activity, because democratically elected governments are held to very high standards and are committed to international law and convention. And it is our work to ensure that we hold them to those commitments. And we know that in Sri Lanka, we have seen a huge abuse of human rights and of all of those international conventions. And it is our duty to hold that government to those commitments. And if they have abused those commitments, then we have a right to ask and to see an independent war crimes inquiry. We know it cannot be independent unless it is under the auspices of the UN and in the international arena. We see what's happened with the Lessons Learned and Reconciliation Commission, and we can have no confidence that they will expose exactly what happened during and towards the end of that armed conflict. So we have a great deal of work to do, but I ask you today to be hopeful and positive, because I do believe that if we work together, if we continue to raise this issue at all levels in the European Union, in the United Nations, in all of the countries around the world, particularly those with a strong and large Tamil diaspora. And we have 18 countries working together through the Global Tamil Forum. I am absolutely certain that we can prevail and we can work towards a just and lasting and peaceful settlement in Sri Lanka that all Sri Lankans can sign up to, and that recognises the rightful aspirations of the Tamil people to live peacefully in their homeland, to live peacefully side by side with the other communities in Sri Lanka, but to have their human rights recognised and protected. And that must be the work that we continue to do together. I pay tribute to the work that you have done as a community. And again, I offer you my condolences. I say again, if we are to in any way honour the loss that has been suffered and the sacrifice that has been made, then we must continue to raise our voice, to work together, and to be certain that we can achieve a just and peaceful outcome. Thank you.